What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, now that Solana's prices continue this move, currently between $230 and $240, I want to give you an update on exactly what I'm seeing right now, how I'm feeling, and what I'm expecting next, because this just keeps getting more and more crazy, and I want to share it with you. Of course, we do try to do daily Solana updates, as well as 4 or 5 other cryptos, such as Sui, Caspa, and many more. So if you guys have been enjoying it, don't forget to smash that like button, and let's get straight into it. Now, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Solana yourself on up to 500x leverage, although I don't recommend 500x leverage, you can check out that link to BTCC down below. Guys, when you do sign up with that link, you're going to get a 10% bonus on first time deposits above 500 and below $100,000. Meaning that, for example, if you deposit $1,000, they're going to give you $100 back right there, no strings attached, for you to be able to use towards trading. And say you turn that into 500 bucks, you get to keep those gains. It is ridiculous. You're literally able to get free gains with that link to BTCC down below. In addition to that, you're going to get up to $10,000 in credits and much more. This is where I do a bunch of trading at these days. Probably 30-40% of my trading happens on this platform for a reason, and you're not going to be able to get this deal for long. So make sure that you check that out down below. Take advantage of some free gains, especially while this market is looking damn good. Now, looking at Solana, okay, my whole purpose of today's video is to give you a general update of where Solana is right now and kind of what I'm seeing right now, what I'm expecting. So as Solana's price is continuing upwards back up towards that $257 level, to kind of retest some of these, and we can actually push that a little tiny bit higher, up towards $259. We have been tracking very, very closely. I've told you all pretty frequently and consistently that now that Solana's price has pushed off of this green box, I quite frankly don't care what it does. If it goes up, great, I'll keep locking in my gains. If it goes sideways, great, we're cooling down and we're resetting. And if it pulls back, great, we're building some support on the foundation on top of a macro point of previous point of resistance, and are trying to use that bad boy to continue higher. Fine. So I've told you all, quite frankly, I don't really care what happens over the next couple of days, maybe even not even the next couple of weeks, because again, the outlook for Solana is so damn bullish. But what I do want to give you a bit of a warning about today is what I am starting to notice, because it could imply that things may start to cool down a little bit soon here. So what I'm paying attention to for Solana is this move, and we're going to stay on the daily charts here for today, and we're going to talk about what's happening at this current moment. What you can see is that Solana's price is pushing upwards, and it's actually doing a good job. Not only is it pushing into like the $240 range, which is an important range, but it's also pushing into some of these more short-term Fibonacci levels. If I go to the 4-hour chart, for example, clear everything off, what you can see on the shorter-term time frames is that Solana's price is actually pushing up towards the 1.618 fib extension zone and hit it almost exactly from, of course, its most recent $226 high down to that $200 low. And so it has completed the short-term move, and it has, fully extended on the 1.618 at this given point, putting it in the spot to where, of course, it is now starting to slow down. And as its price is pushing upwards, I'm starting to notice signs that momentum may actually be starting to slow down for the first time in a while, and it is something you want to pay attention to, okay? What I'm noticing is the fact that Solana is now starting to put in bearish divergence, and we're starting to see its MACD start to converge a little bit, and I'll explain what both of those mean. So from an RSI and price perspective, what we can see is we are getting early signs of bearish divergence. The way in which you can identify that is looking at your RSI and saying, okay, well, we had this high and we're currently at a lower high. But recently we had a high and the price is now set a higher high. And whenever the RSIs have that difference, it's a stark difference, quite frankly. That's called bearish divergence. And it usually entails that although the price is moving upwards, momentum is slowing down, we're losing some strength, and Solana's price might start to roll to the downside. Now, the last time that we saw something similar to this was actually back here. What you can see is Solana's price put in this high and this high, and then set in the higher high, but the RSI set in the lower high. And from there, we actually did see this pullback on both accords, and that is, a rather frequent thing that you will notice. And we're seeing something very similar happening right now. Now, there is a chance to invalidate this bearish divergence, but it would take a big move from Solana. We would need to see Solana's price probably push upwards of 280 bucks to push this RSI past this high and then invalidate that bearish divergence. I don't quite know if that's realistic or not. I mean, it very well could happen, but I'm not going to bet that it will, just because we are sitting very close to an all-time high. And so because of that, obviously, it's just going to be difficult to just send it like that. That will be hard. Now, whenever we can, kind of merge that into with what we're seeing from a MACD perspective, you can start to see how things have gone. Now, this MACD has opened up a little bit over the, the last couple of days, but oftentimes the moment that you start getting these light green bars printing on your MACD, it's a sign that that momentum is waning. And as we can see here, as we did see this second move up, this second leg up. We're seeing, of course, the MACD get back in that dark green box, but it's not picking up steam like it was back here. I mean, we're still at a lower high on your MACD. In comparison, we're at the higher high here on the price. And whenever times like this happen, you can start to notice that that's called macro converging, in which in the grand scheme of things, although it is in the dark green zone right now, and it is going upwards, overall momentum is slowing down, and it's gradually starting to pull back towards each other. And the MACD can be a pretty good gauge of momentum. You can start to really notice when momentum is waning during times like this, and it does kind of seem like what we're getting right now. We did see that previously before also. You see how we put in this high and the higher high, and although for a second we got those dark green boxes for Solana, we just really started losing momentum, and we weren't able to set new highs here, and so it just started to converge downwards until we eventually did flip to the negative. And so I am noticing all of these things, right, from an RSI perspective, from a MACD perspective, from a Bollinger Bands perspective. We're also starting to get rejected again. And so considering the fact that we're seeing all of these things as Solana's price did just get that short-term Fibonacci extension, it tells me that we need to be careful right now. There's no guarantee that it's going to go down. At the end of the day, we're in a bull market, and this bad boy might literally just keep sending it upwards. That is very possible. But you do need to be aware, especially if you are a trader and you're doing some leverage long trades, that we're in a spot right now where momentum is quite obviously starting to shift a little bit. And unless the bulls step in and really push this bad boy up past 260, there's a chance that we do start to see it try to roll over here, maybe pull back towards the $220 to $200 level, somewhere around here. Now, obviously, that's just me speculating, but I did at least want to just let you guys know that's kind of where my gut's leaning right now, while we are starting to notice some of these indicators and momentum signals slowing down a bit. Now, if all this does feel a little bit complicated to you, I will actually let you know that over in my Patreon, which currently is either $1 or $5 a month, I did release a technical analysis for beginners course. It's a 30-minute course where I go through all of the basics of technical analysis, including things like the Fibonacci's, your RSI and stuff like that. And on top of that, you will also get access to daily technical analysis reports, so you can study and learn, daily fundamental analysis reports. I give my thoughts and insights on pieces of news and events that happen, and much more. All that's available for $5 a month down below. It's super affordable. I just wanted you guys to have a space where you can go to learn how to do some charting, learn from me, ask me questions, etc. And for as little as $1 a month, you can literally just join the community on the Discord and talk to me and other community members as well. So make sure to check that out down below if that is interesting to you. Again, we did just release that new course for those members in the $5 a month tier. So overall, Solana's in a good spot. I do love the fact that it's pushing upwards. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I don't care if it pulls back. We have all this room between where we are now in the bottom of this green box that finding macro support and continuing upwards should be rather easy. And so if we do continue upwards, great, cool, don't care. If we do come back here, great, cool, don't care, because the macro is painting a picture that we should be able to push higher. And of course, we'll be in a fantastic spot if so. And so because of that, I just wanted to share that with you all today. Just some general thoughts of what I'm seeing from Solana. Don't forget, if you do want to trade some SOL yourself on up to 500x leverage, you can check out that BTCC link down in the description below. And of course, I can't wait to see you all in a couple hours with a few more videos today. Peace out, everybody.